Hi Kelly, how are you? Good to hear from you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for taking my call, Ian. Well, thank you for meeting with me the other day. We covered a lot of ground.
Yes.
And
yes.
as I mentioned, one of the things that we do need to do is work out together a communication plan so that your expectations are managed. You're not ever sitting there wondering, well, what's going on as we go through the leasing process and then obviously into the normal management of the property once your tenants are in. And it just means that everyone's on the same page. And,
Okay.
yeah, and for our relationship going forward, we've got it all set out what's going to happen and when and how.
Right.
All right. So in terms of those communications, we've got the lease, the letting coming up on the property.
Okay.
We will obviously be conducting open homes for prospective tenants to come into, and from that we will be gleaning information on their thoughts on the property, feedback, etc., and hopefully getting lovely applications in to rent it out. So
okay.
do you have any particular thoughts on what suits you? What kind of communication do you prefer? I don't know, are you completely out of action with work? Do you prefer emails as opposed to phone calls?
Emails are definitely the way to get hold of me. I'm very active on emails. It's got to do with my work. So you'll get a response from me very quickly. So if you need anything when it came to, I don't know, anything around the property in terms of maybe some maintenance or whatever like that, drop me an email, you'll have a response straight away.
Okay.
So I've got stuff like that. I did it, Rebecca and I were chatting, we had a question. So when you do get your prospective tenants, your final tenants, whatever you want to call it, do we choose from that list of tenants? Do you put those forward to us, or is it something that...
So what we do is once we have got the application and we've screened the people, we then will come to you with a bit of a summary. We can obviously give a recommendation, but the ultimate choice, and particularly given it's your first time working with us, is yourself.
Okay, so we'll just go through those.
Yeah, I
okay.
think generally most people are more comfortable with that, and we will come to you with that an email so that you and Rebecca can discuss that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's important that both of you are making decisions, you're both on the same page.
Sure, yeah.
So
you'll always just include both of us.
Absolutely,
that's fine.
absolutely.
How often do you guys contact us? I mean, I would imagine if there's no drama with the property or anything like that, we shouldn't hear too often from you.
Well, it's funny because through the leasing process, you often hear from us a little more. So generally we like to give you weekly updates with numbers of viewings, any feedback, any applications that's happening, anything pertinent, and check in with you. Maybe we have to revise the marketing plan. There's a lot that goes on in that leasing period, and then that tends to drop off, and owners are like, gosh, well, I was hearing from them every few days and now it's not happening. Well, during the actual management of the property, you are hearing from us with emailed statements and so on, but unless something's needs attending to and we need to discuss. So for example, with repairs and maintenance, post an inspection, for example, you will get the report. It is available on the portal also, but you'll get a report and any recommendations from us on repairs and maintenance. If a tenant reports that to us, we like to do, if it's not emergency, we'll quickly do some background, what the potential issues are, potential costs, and then we'll come to you with this is what's been reported, these are the potentials and some potential costs. May we go ahead and get a plumber on site, for example?
Okay.
That's always done by email. You're welcome to call us if you did want to discuss it a little more, but that's normally done that way. It records everything nicely.
No, that's absolutely fine. So we shouldn't hear, I mean, we like to hear from people and all of that, but not hearing from you in relation to the property sounds like it's a good thing, because then it's all running smoothly.
Yeah.
So we get those reports, we'll hear from you then, we'll get to hear from you if there's any sort of maintenance issue that comes up.
Absolutely.
By email,
and
that's great.
The team as well. So yes, I'm your first point of contact, but when you get your landlord pack, you will see in there that also part of the team you've got admin. So if you need to contact administration because you have a query over a statement or an invoice, something along those lines, or where something is in terms of a repair or maintenance,
Yeah.
you can obviously, and those would be the people you would contact.
Okay.
So that's administration.
I'll just email them. That's
Yep.
fine.
So as I said, this will all be outlined for you, so you know exactly who to go to
Yeah.
and for
Oh, that's
what.
good.
And then you'll have, for example, if you have a specific query during the leasing process, then the letting agent, will be able to give you some clarity around that, and you'll have their details as well.
Is that you?
I'm setting this all up for you. I'll be your ongoing property manager, but it will be a
Oh, the letting agent.
agent.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
got you. Understand?
yeah.
Okay.
So you.
So if something happened at the property with the tenants and neighbours are complaining, and I get a phone call, then I phone you.
Absolutely.
Oh, right.
But ideally, that's not going to happen, because what we do like to do as well is we do like to drop business cards around to your nearby neighbours and let them know who we are, because they will see us around and
Yeah.
for
right,
inspections. So that would hopefully not happen, because
Sure.
and if that did happen, by the way, Ian, you can obviously redirect them to us.
Okay.
You
yeah.
shouldn't have to be calling us. That's you're paying us to basically put this together
Yeah.
for you.
Okay, that makes
All
sense.
right,
yeah.
so just redirect them to us, and then they'll learn to come to us.
Perfect. No, that's all
Alright.
good. That's answered all those
No,
questions.
that's
good.
absolutely fine. So, in terms of the other people in the team, that's who you're going to be going to.
Oh, yeah.
You're understanding that in terms of, I did want to say, just going back to repairs and maintenance, you did mention up to $300, and we can go ahead, but of course you would always be updated with what's going
Oh,
on.
you still tell me what happens. Yeah. But you don't have to phone me or email me about anything under $300.
No, you
yeah,
will see
just
that
do
on
it.
the statement. Anything over and above that, we will contact you.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that sounds good.
In terms of, so this leasing time now, you are going to hear a bit from us.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
With the updates, what's going on in the market and so on. And then obviously with any applications.
Okay. No, that's
Okay.
perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
So the just to remember as well, those complaints for noise hopefully are not going to happen, because we have got a
Luckily,
rigorous.
it's not from a little family.
No, and also the screening process
Yeah.
that we have, to filter out as many potential issues as we possibly can. Preventing them is better than trying to cure them if they have been.
Okay.
So the screening process is rigorous. We do take a full application form. We are checking stability and that they can afford the property long term. It's no good for you, and it's no good for them if they're into a property that they cannot afford. Long term,
Yeah, that makes sense.
work references, current landlord, prior landlord references, criminal history checks, all of those lovely things you would expect us to do. Select the best tenant for you.
Great.
All right. So, okay, just to clarify then, generally we're looking at with email communication, because you are a little bit out of action during the day. If there was an emergency, though, we have
You
your
can
permission.
phone, of course. Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then our lastly but not least, our work hours are between 9 and 5.
Okay.
But obviously there is a messaging service there for you if you needed to call outside those hours. You're at home, you suddenly remember something, you just want to make that call, that there is a messaging service there for you.
Oh, good to know.
All
yeah.
right, so Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, brilliant. Well, look, I'm going to put that all together for you in an email.
Yep.
And send it over to yourself and Rebecca, so that we've got a copy of that, and you can discuss that a bit more with her. All
Okay,
right.
excellent. I'll wait
Excellent.
for the email.
No problem. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kelly. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.